Welcome back to coverage of Pro Tour March of the Machine. It is Sunday. It is the top 8, and we are one match away from determining our top 4 here, getting so close, Corey, to finding out who is going to hoist that trophy and be called champion and be $50,000 richer.
And that, I suppose, yeah, minor $50,000 check.
Yeah, no biggie, no big deal. Friends, we have the final quarterfinal for you, friends. It is going to be Karl Sarap versus Cain Rianhard. So let's see who is going to end up against Autumn Burchett. Rakdos Midrange versus Rakdos Reanimator. Now we're going to join these players in Game 5. So it has been a big old slugfest between them. Talk to me about this matchup, Corey.
Yeah, absolutely. So these Reanimator decks are generally meant to go over the top of these Rakdos mid-range decks. So this is kind of the matchup that Kane would like to be playing. But we have just kind of seen the numbers over the weekend, and Reanimator just hasn't had the same numbers as this specific shell of Rakdos mid-range. So a formidable foe, even if it may be a slightly good matchup here for Kane.
All right, let's get this Game 5 underway. Both players have been absolutely duking it out. It has been a slugfest. So Duress to start, let's take a look. There's a Chandra, an Invoke, a go for the that's a great hand for Karl.
Yeah, great hand. Missing a couple lands, you know, missing a Fable maybe. But yeah, this Duress being able to clean up one of these spells, and Karl will really need to draw not only lands, but lands and spells here. So that's the only problem with this.
Yeah.
And
just taking note here.
Yep, and what Kane takes will be based on what they have in hand contextually.
What's the bigger threat?
Yeah, if a Braid is taken, we can consider, and Karl could also probably consider that a Bank Buster is probably going to be a powerful follow-up for turn 2.
Yeah. And now one cool inclusion that we see for Cain Rianhard's list that you know, a couple of people are playing is Phyrexian Fleshgorger too, you know. That's another artifact. So certainly another option to keep safe from an Abrade. Maybe we'll get to see the big old Phyrexian Worm a little bit.
That's a really cool card in these lists because, well, it does a lot more than what you see on surface value. One, you can play it for 3 as a 3/3, but if you get to Cruelty of Gixit back, it's not a 3/3. I'll tell you that.
It's a big Angie Worm.
That's
for sure.
Exactly. And top deck the Duress for Karl.
Oh, one good Duress deserves another, so now we get information here.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Atali, what's up?
All right. Not necessarily.
That's Sushi. We got a
Atali and then 2 lands, Takanuma as well as Xander's Lounge, I see, or
that's a Proving Grounds, yeah.
Yep, one of the other duels here. So, in for a pretty slowish game. Both players are not necessarily trying to finish this game out very quickly.
Yeah,
Fable, of course, for Kane would have been excellent to play.
Well, might be another Fable yet off the top of the library. Karl
That would be the ideal draw for sure.
And taking the ding off of one of these pain lands. Costing good old Blood Tithe Harvester. So.
And this match to decide if it is Nathan Stoyer only from Team Handshake to advance, or if there'll be half the top 4 here.
Man, yeah. Oh, hey!
All right, a great draw.
We got to see it.
You got it.
Fleshgorger. Paying the prototype cost. 1 black just for the 3/3, but still Menace, still Lifelink, and still has the ward where 3 life has to be paid to target it.
Yep, and 3 life having to be paid, not that big of a cost, but when you do have to pay 7, so that's a real cost.
Yeah, that hurts a lot. So,
all right, let's see if Karl drew a land. Did not have land 3 already, so if we see this blood get cracked, that is almost assuredly a sign that there is no land number 3.
Oh.
All right, which big card is going to the graveyard?
Oh, goodbye, Chandra. Maybe see you later.
Yeah, and
Dreams of Steel and Oil.
Okay. Able to take a creature or a Bank Buster, basically. That's pretty much what this card does.
It's kind of just a versatile little alternate Duress, I guess. So Atsushi gets gone. That's going to be exiled. And that's a pretty good call against a Reanimator deck.
Yeah.
You know, just being able to get something massive out of the hand and into exile. And
What
doesn't
a
go in the graveyard either. Ooh.
Yeah, what a huge draw from Kane there on turn 4 to have Bankbuster
Wow.
into drawing cards when they're both taking resources from each other every single turn. That was one of the best draws. That and Fable had to have been the ideal one, so huge pickup for Kane.
Excellent indeed. Gaining life, dealing damage. This Blood Tithe Harvester can't block alone, thanks to the Menace.
Yep.
But a Fable the Mirror Breaker here for Karl Sarap is a good way for him to get back into this.
One good draw deserves another one.
Like
So-
the top of the decks are just like, look at my best card. No,
Yep.
look at mine.
Harvester getting in there. Normally, if you have a 3/3 lifelinker on the other side, you don't really want to be attacking for 3. You're not gaining anything there. But with it having Menace, you can really not do too much against that. And if Karl were to leave both creatures back and double block, and Kane had a removal spell for Harvester, you're in
that's just
trouble.
a blowout.
That looks like Invoke Despair to me. Wow. Everything coming up Kane.
Yeah, Kane is drawing excellently here. So gets to draw a card, 2 points of damage done to Karl, and 2 permanents off the battlefield here, just leaving the little treasure goblin behind.
Now they have a decision if they want to crew up this Bankbuster and attack and get an extra point of damage, or have that life swing a little bit here for 3. And that is a big sign that Kane says, I want to end this game.
Yeah, let's not get to 5 or 6 mana here for the Rakdos midrange deck. Let's get this over before then.
There was
Long
also
before
a decision to hold back to make sure and block this Shaman. So Karl might be actually pretty okay with this attack. Be like, yeah, I'll take damage. I need the treasure. I'm missing lands. I need to cast a big spell. So interesting play for sure. A lot of options there for Kane.
Another duress, gonna take a look in hand. What do we see this time? Nothing
A
to
Tali
take, just a
and
Tali and a land.
No land.
That's so brutal for Karl.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Atali is a couple of turns away, which Karl and the rest of Team Handshake's version does not have any counter spells, of course, being the Rakdos deck.
Jeez.
No way to interact with that. Now that one duress for creatures is in the graveyard already.
yeah, Dreams of Steel and Oil can't do anything anymore for Karl Sarap, and he is not finding lands, doesn't have blockers, goes down to 3 here up against Kane, goes for the throat of the Blood Tithe Harvester. Big draw here. Can he find anything to keep him in this?
So here's a land at
3.
This Menace creature will just win the game unless there is something.
He can't even pay the life to target it. He needs like a board wipe.
Invoke Despair will do it, though. Yeah.
Okay. So Invoke Despair gets that off the
Okay,
battlefield, but any creature that can crew the Bankbuster.
Or land, because you have a Tali in hand.
Yeah.
So creature or land for Kane, and this game is over.
Look at Kane's hand shaking. Oh, man.
Oh, that might have been a Blackleaf Cliffs. The only land to not do it. Now needs to find a creature. Or Cruelty of Gix.
Creature. Come on.
Cruelty of Gix to bring back Flesh Gorger and then crew up in attacks would do it as well. Invoke Despair would do it.
Tense moments
Doesn't
here.
have it.
Doesn't have it. So going for the draw off of the Bankbuster. What do we find here? Something to cast.
And Karl's got to be feeling great that he did not lose immediately to Kane, because there were so many draws that finished him up. Now Karl's still in a terrible position.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
This is
still
awful
looking
for him
great
still.
for Kane.
And tap Treasure Gobbo doing its best.
Yeah, but Karl gets to at least untap for one more turn. All right, let's see what Karl can do. Like even another Invoke Despair is
would
no
keep him
longer
going.
really that good. You know, because you can just crew Bankbuster, sacrifice that, attack back with Harvester.
That's got to be going through Karl's mind here.
Yeah.
Oh. Yep. I feel you there, Karl.
Yep, that is the stomp of how did I get in this position so quickly for this game. And I mean, Karl did keep a 2-lander, but had the Harvester and just never found the land on time.
Yeah.
And that bank buster on turn 4 from Kane just really changed the texture of this game.
Turning point there, indeed, as we're going to invoke Despair once again.
Invoke, getting rid of that, and now Shaman almost assuredly just has to stay back.
Yeah.
Unless Karl really wants to play with fire for a second turn here.
No, no, no.
Yeah, 8-3.
8 and 3.
So
Karl needs to keep this goblin on blocking duty.
We don't know what the other card is from Kane, but it's almost assuredly not a land. Otherwise, Kane would have played that.
Just taking a quick look at the graveyard here for Karl.
Seeing maybe how many creatures or untapped lands, maybe? Karl might be put in a spot where, like, okay, if I don't attack and I block, can I possibly win the game anyways? You know, that might be just kind of playing not to lose instead of playing to win.
Yeah.
Karl might just have to be like, I need you to get horrifically unlucky and have 2 tap lands in hand, 2 Blackleaf Cliffs, and then brick again, and maybe I top deck and invoke again. Or maybe Karl's hand is good enough where he can block and maybe do something else, but it's probably a case of having to attack with the Shaman and hope Kane gets incredibly unlucky.
Just looking at every single angle of this game.
And Kane, you can kind of see it by the hand tap there. They feel like they are close.
Yeah. Just need to have the turn pass to them. Cain Rianhard is so close to locking up a top 4 here.
And Kane had 4 losses going into the constructed portion of yesterday.
Wow.
So had to rattle off 5 wins in a row just to get here, and then has to, you know, win here. That's an attack from Karl.
That's it. That's it. That is going to be Cain Rianhard advancing here. Congratulations to them. Unbelievable stuff here that has to feel so good.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
huge win there for Sneaky Masato on Twitch. I've watched their stream quite a bit, learned a lot from them, and really awesome to see them excel at the highest level here.
Oh man, this top 4 is shaping up so nicely. Team Handshake, just the 1 player now in the top 4, but it's the reigning world championship. Well, it's the reigning world champion, I should say. So we're going to get to that, friends, but before we do, let's go hear from Cain Rianhard, who was with Cedric.
I'm here with Cain Rianhard, who has just come off of a marathon affair against Karl Sarap. Kane victorious 3-2. And Kane, you told me earlier you feel like you're playing with house money this weekend.
I absolutely am. I came into day 2 of 5-3, got to run the tables after 2-1ing draft, and I'm here to keep going.
So what did you think about going into the matchup, Rakdos Reanimator against Rakdos Midrange? Of course, you're on the Reanimator side. You've got a great top end if you can get to it.
Yeah, I really like the matchup. It was our favorite matchup in testing, but Karl is obviously a phenomenal player. I was on the draw, so confident, but also not expecting anything. But I was able to we split pre-board, and then I really liked the matchup post-board, and I was able to get there.
You were able to get there indeed. On to the semifinals you go. Good luck to Kane.
Semifinals decided. Maria and the news desk are up next.